Come on, 49er faithful, let's get it.
Because it's 49er mind.
We gotta do this one time for the Empire.
It's 49er mind. It's 49er mind.
We gotta get that brick by brick real quick.
49er mind.
Yeah. Yo, we can't listen to them haters, man.
49er mind.
We from the Bay.
49er mind.
We them San Francisco 49ers.
49er mind.
We got that red and gold blood inside us.
49er mind.
Oh yeah, freak out, yeah, I'm looking right into the video scope, and this is Macho Man, #1 Macho Man impersonator, past, present, future, yeah, and I'm here to tell you, you are watching 49er Minded with Bashar, yeah, the cream of the crop, dig it?
What is happening? What is going on? This is Bashar with 49er Minded, where we get into the minds of 49er fans. And I'm doing the old school, got the old school Letterman 49er jacket, got the old school Patrick Willis jersey on. And let me say what's up to some peeps before we get started and talk about this victory and this W. We got Don Suave. What's up, man? Good buddy of mine all the way from San Jose. David Yang, I like to call him David Yin Yang Twins, his yay, we got the dub. Yeah, it was a tough one, but we got it. D-Sizzle, you know what it is. Check him out on YouTube. He's got a YouTube channel. Says, good win, but we need to score more points the second half so we don't have to go to overtime. Oh, yeah, without a doubt. It was nuts. It was nuts without a doubt. And he said, BZ with the leather coat. This is kind of like a, yeah, you could call this leather. I mean, hey, or pleather. Yeah, so, we got Ada Figueroa says, hello, LOL. Oh, yeah, I'm going to be LOLing, baby. Let's talk about this. I got a really good guest going tonight. I've been trying to get him on here during the season. He's, his schedule is a little wild, and, when I want him to go on, it's a little random, so we can't always plan things, but happy to have him on. Had him on in the past. He's from a podcast called Facts Over Feelinz. And it's on it's on all the platforms. I put his information in the video description. His name's Trae Beauchamp, or you could call him the Champ. And yeah, click on the video information. You'll see all his links. And he also has a YouTube channel now. Before it wasn't a YouTube channel. Before it was just a Google podcast or Spotify or iTunes. Now he's on YouTube with his boy Antonio Ortega, who I like to call Little Curry. Had them on the show in the past, and I'm excited to bring him on in a second, but let me just say what's up to a couple of peeps really quick while I'm missing before we get started. Poppy Pablo, what's up, man? How you doing? Says Niners. Corey Davis, hello, 49er Minded. I hope you're doing good. Doing great, man. Glad to have you on, Corey, as always. Faithful viewer. What's up, Faithful 49er Chanel? How you doing, bro? Good to have you on. But hey, let's bring Trae on. Let's see what he's got to say. What's going on, Trae?
Hey, what up, brother?
Good to see you, man. I like that. I dig the Christmas tree background, a little festive.
Hey, happy holidays to everybody, man. Hey, appreciate you for having me on, brother. Real talk. I love your show as always, man, and appreciate the love, man. Thank you.
Oh, man, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm really, you're an awesome dude to talk to when it comes to sports, and you got that passion, big Niner fan, and
yes,
I'm ready,
sir, man. Big dub today, brother. Big dub today.
Oh yeah, you know what? I did a preview show with Niner Nate. I don't know if you caught it or not, but I didn't get into our predictions. Usually I do the score predictions. I missed it. Once the show was finished, I was telling myself like, oh, I didn't do a score prediction. And I'll be honest, it may have been the first time I did a show where, hey, I said we're going to lose. Because,
really?
Wow. because of the injuries at the cornerback position.
No, I understand. Believe me.
We went in there with freaking Ambry Thomas playing. I don't know why he got the start over Diamador Lenore. I don't know what the issue with that was, but I just knew we were so banged up. But Warner did come back. I get that.
Yeah.
We didn't have Elijah Mitchell. I wasn't sure if we were going to have Elijah Mitchell or not. And that not having him scared me a bit, But the cornerback situation in general really just worried me because you got Joe Burrow, you got T. Higgins, you got freaking Jamar Chase, you got Travis Boyd,
weapons everywhere,
weapons upon weapons, man. But Yeah, dude, it was really, really. For me going in, I was kind of scared. Even though they're not the greatest, strongest team, they were 7-5 going into the game on the road, playing in the towards the East Coast. So, yeah, I mean, that was just.
Man, we all feel the same feelings, bro. I mean, it's a game that we didn't really have to win, but in order to keep our playoff hopes like really alive, we did have to win. You know what I mean? Because NFC, Washington lost today, so that kind of helped us stay in the same spot. You know what I mean? But just to keep it in our own, in our hands, we had to win. You know what I mean? And Cincinnati's a tough team, bro. They're not who they used to be. They're a little better now. You know what I mean? Burrow kind of surprised me today. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. He showed me some big time throws out there, especially at the end of the game. You know what I mean?
Not that Burrow's elite or anything, but if he's all right. I love his ceiling. Mm-hmm. I love what he brings to the table, and when he makes certain plays, honestly, it doesn't surprise me too much. But there was one play that really, really shocked me and it pissed me off.
Was that one in the back of the end zone?
That touchdown, touchdown. Oh my gosh,
man! Listen,
I was hoping that Jamar Chase had stepped out of bounds on that one.
Listen, bro, I was hoping that he stepped out of bounds first, so they said he illegal touching. You know what I mean? And then came back in, but nah, he did
a great job of not stepping out of bounds. Let me say what's up to this spot. Silverado Kev, check him out on YouTube on the Real Talk Niner Talk show. Subscribe to their channel. Silverado Kev has a YouTube channel as his own as well, and he's also an All 49ers Sports Illustrated SI writer. So it says, keep grinding, bro. My old ass is already in shutdown mode for the work in the AM. I'm in these comments, though. Nice win, but fuck.
It's tough, man.
It was one of those tough. I wouldn't have my head spinning, man. Early on in the game, we went 3-and-out or something, and then we punted.
First 2 times.
Yeah, first 2 times. But I believe the first time we punted, special teams, kind of had a little gift because the dude muffed the punt, and hey, next thing you know, we get the ball. And
that's saved us, though. I mean, honestly, for those mistakes that they made, we actually capitalized on for a change. You know what I mean? 10 points off of turnovers, we needed those because our running game wasn't doing great in the beginning. You know what I mean? It was kind of stifling us, to be honest with you, bro. I mean, I was kind of worried in the beginning. I kind of figured we would wear them down, but with those 3-and-outs, it's not enough time for the defense to be on the field. You know what I mean? For us to wear them out. You know what I mean? So once we got going a little bit more after those first 2 3-and-outs, we kind of got it together a little bit better, bro. But still, it was rough.
Yeah. I'm thinking to myself that I don't know if Shanahan told Richard Hightower something this week in practice, or if Richard Hightower just put up on himself. But I'm pretty sure some of those dudes on special teams coverage units and special teams in general got a tongue lashing this.
They had to, bro.
Week.
That shit was terrible for the past 2 weeks, bro. Honestly, and even on the first punt return this week, he kind of got out of hand for a second. The punter had to lay the smack down to knock the punt returner down. You know what I mean? So it's like. Yeah, we got to get a hold of that for sure.
Yeah, Mitch Wisnowski, I believe one of those first punts was really bad, and he had been electric earlier this season. And I was like, oh, cool, we finally got a cool punting game going on this, and that was like the only bright spot of the special teams this year. But when he starts doing bad, I think he did a little bad against Seattle too. It's like, oh, great, man, here comes the special teams. But this time around on special teams, I was like, whoa, every time we punted or kicked it to them, I'm like, okay, maybe we have a chance to force a fumble.
That was on them. He pulled a Kyle Williams, bro. He pulled a real live Kyle Williams. He jumped it twice, just like Kyle Williams did.
I was at that Kyle Williams game. I don't know if you were, but
no, I didn't go to that one. I went to the previous one against New Orleans.
But, okay. I wish I was at the New Orleans game. That'd have been a fun game to go to.
But it gave me those vibes. You know what I mean? I'm like, wow, twice though, for real. Yeah. Like, whoa. But we capitalized though, man. We honestly, bro, without those happening, I don't think we win this game. Just to be real with you, just honestly, because. We didn't have a lot of momentum, and then when those happened, we capitalized up with both. We scored 3, then we scored 7, then we kind of took over, from there on. But second half is a different story. We'll talk about that though.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. David Yang is giving you a compliment. Says Trae got that radio voice. So we got
hey, good look.
We got Trey Lance, Trey Sermon, and we got Trae Beauchamp, the champ. So
Trey area, baby. You know what it is.
Trey area. There you go. We got 49er dude in the house. He's actually going to be a guest on my show tomorrow. I didn't put the advertisement just yet, but we got some stuff in store with him tomorrow. He's a 49er rapper, and we got a lot of stuff to talk about in regards to what he's going to be doing as far as performances and his music, and just talk talking about Niners in general. Says, peace Trae, peace Bashar. I knew he was going to beat we was going to beat them Bengals. 49ers for life.
I'm glad you knew.
Yeah.
I was worried, bro. This was a tough game, bro. I mean, and I kind of expected this, though. I mean, you know, two teams right in the middle of the pack. We both fighting for playoff spots. You know what I mean? Both really questionable teams, bro. I mean, can I ask you a question, brother? I mean, do you think that, honestly, we will make the offs with the 4 games left?
Oh, make the playoffs with the 4. You mean, do you think we clinch playoffs?
Yeah. Do you think we actually make it this year?
Well, okay, so here's the deal. Washington lost today, right?
They did.
So when the Washington football team loses, that helps our cause. I didn't check to see who else won or lost, though. But people if you know, if people in the chats want to give us some help with that, that's fine.
Right.
Looks like our chances are getting good. Now I look at the game. We're such an up and down team. So
right.
I look at the upcoming games and I'm like,
who we got next? We got Atlanta, right?
Atlanta,
and then we got the Titans
on the road,
and then we got Houston. And then
Houston should be the one gimme game that should be the freebie.
Right.
You know,
it should be. It should be.
And people say Atlanta too, but last time we played Atlanta at home, it wasn't that pretty.
Atlanta 6-6, bro. You know that they not. You know they not great, but they not no slouches either. They still in the hunt, just like us. Honestly, you know what I mean. So I mean, we can't overlook anybody at this point. You know what I mean, because we all fighting for our playoff positions. You know what I mean. So. It's fun, but it's also kind of heart-wrenching and like, you know what I mean? We go through so many emotions during these games, bro. It's ridiculous. Good times.
We're gonna get into a whole lot more in terms of details of the game. I just want to say what's up to a few people. Justin H says, "What's good?" That's kind of like Jay in the Bay. Says, "Hit that button for 49 right." Thank you very much, Justin. Appreciate it. New guy to the channel. I don't recognize him, but I always welcome anybody new here. Without a doubt. We got Jay in the Bay. What's good? If you go on his channel, he always says what's good, man. That's his. That's his thing. And he says a win is a win. Go Niners. Oh yeah, a win's a win. Some wins aren't as pretty as others.
Win, however we can get it. Dub's a dub, man. We'll take it.
What's up, Mariah? How you doing, Mariah? She's a fellow YouTuber as well. Good to have you here. I really appreciate all you guys, all you people showing
Mariah?
up. Yeah, me and Mariah go back like babies and pacifiers.
Oh boy.
I love saying that. I don't know why. It's just so catchy. Oh, man. Well, I was going to put that up on the screen in just a second. Give me a moment. Let me fix it up really quick. Okay, here it is. Cool. I'm here. All right. Yeah, so on the first touchdown of the game, I believe that was the Debo one, right? We gave it to Debo.
Run. 27 yards.
We gave it to Debo on the run, on the sweep, and I was like, okay, cool, because I was like, we didn't know if Debo was going to play.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thing is, right? When I do these preview shows, it's always a conversation of, okay, well, like, oh, what do you think is going to happen in the game? Well, I'm going to be like, assuming this guy plays, and maybe we could do this. Okay, but if he doesn't play, then who knows who has to step up? So, so thank goodness Debo gave us that one huge wow play that we needed bad. Yeah, and guys, he didn't get hurt.
Right. He played well.
Yeah. I love it. Once he gets that sideline, I'm thinking to myself. I thought to myself, this might be a touchdown. And then
he's
boom,
that corner, man. Once he's that corner,
he's got such a unique running style too, man. He does it. And people say he runs like a running back. He kind of does, but then he just has his own little unique style. You can't. And when he first came out, they were trying to say he's like Anquan Bolden or whatever. He's got the Anquan Bolden toughness to him.
Somewhat, smaller. You can see it.
But he's way more explosive than Anquan.
Right. Yeah. Just a football player, bro. He's just a real dominating football player. He knows how to play the game. He knows angles. He knows how to run the ball. He's a cat that should have the ball in his hands. Period. You know what I mean? And it shows. If you look at last game and compare it to this game, the difference he made is just it's abundantly clear. You know what I mean? We need Debo to win games. Just keeping it a buck. He has to be there. If we want to really go push this playoff run, if we can actually get there. You know what I mean? We have to have it. There's no way we can't do anything without him. Kittle had a monster game, obviously, but still. Oh, yeah.
Past 2 weeks, man, Kittle really stepped up. Kittle was probably MVP today, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, no question. Yeah. No question.
He made some of the best catches I've seen him make.
Bro, oh my God. What was that? Was that fourth down or third down when he made the big one when he went stretched all the way out and got it?
I went back and watched the highlights right before I got on here. I don't remember what down it was, man. It was just that's such a roller coaster game, man. We went, yeah. So let me say what's up to a couple other people here. We got Javier Rios. How you doing? Says, hey everyone. Niner Sickness for the Niner Sickness podcast says, what's up, Faithful? How you doing, bro? Yeah, man. That. What else? We had a touchdown right before the half, I believe, from Kittle, right?
We did. That was that was the second one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we needed that too, bro. I mean, my thing is, I'm just glad we're incorporating all of our offense now. When Ayuk, Kittle, and Debo all scored, bro, that's when we're actually spreading the ball around. We're kind of unstoppable then at that point. You know what I mean? You can't stop all three of them, bro. There's no way. You know what I mean? So, and we did that today, you know, and that's kind of why we won, but still, we had a lot of mistakes as well. But hey, again, a dub is a dub. Not complaining, but you know, there's still a lot of stuff we can clean up. We all know that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. So the first touchdown was a Debo 27-yard run. We're up 6. So then obviously we get the Kittle touchdown right before the half. So we're basically up 17-6 at the half.
Right.
And 14-yard TD pass. And this was one of those games for Jimmy. I'll tell you, man. It was like. I've been calling when I've been talking about Jimmy and his play this year. I've been saying lately I've been referring to it as Jekyll and Hyde because it's like
makes sense. It makes sense
because he still has that issue with the bad pocket presence.
Yeah,
he
does.
When I see him in the pocket and then boom, like what's he gonna do next? And then next thing you know, I think he's gonna throw it away. Or I think he's gonna throw it, and then he shifts to one side and boom, he gets sacked. And then he shifts. I've just seen it over and over again where either he gets sacked or he gets hit or
same shit.
Yeah, it's like you don't know what you're going to get with him. But from time to time, he was making some really, really nice throws this game.
Made some good throws. He really did.
Honestly, with Jimmy, in general, I didn't necessarily see a game this year where he had a game where he played full. You have to play a full fourth quarters or quarters, as they say. I never really saw that from him. Maybe I'd say this game, he kind of gave you more than 4 quarters. You could say, so.
He played better in the second half, though. I mean, when he had to make some throws when he needed to make them. You know what I mean? Like real solid throws. You know.
And but sometimes a few times here and there, I can't go down the list and say, list how many times it happened, but multiple times, the ball would go up in the air and my heart would stop, and then boom. Amazing catch here, amazing catch there. I don't know if you want to. Who was it? Jawan Jennings. Jennings had no. Oh my gosh, man!
Is it just me, or is everything high? Everything's
high. Yeah, it's rarely in stride. It's rarely in stride.
It really is, right? I mean, I don't know what that's about, bro. But that drives me crazy because you putting your players in positions where they can get hurt because they're reaching for stuff. You know what I mean? And then it's like it's hard for them to even make the catch. And you can't run after the catch unless you have it in stride, like you said. So it's like.
And then when he does hit people in stride, we do get those big, huge run after the catch plays, and we've had plenty of nice run after the catch plays, primarily with Debo. The past 2 weeks we didn't necessarily get any big plays out of Debo as a wide receiver when Debo was tearing the league apart in the early weeks of the season. I don't know if we go. Hopefully, we go back to that in these next few weeks because we need everything we can get. But Debo did have one really, really nice 22-yard pass that he caught in the middle of the field and he spun around and broke tackles and. Any little pass that you threw at Kittle today was just almost reminded me of that Saints game where any pass, like the first guy he'd make the first guy miss and boom and shift off and break a few.
What do you have? 150 today, or what was it like 180?
Yeah, I'll put it up for you. Yeah, so I think it was like 140. It was 151. So 13 catches for 151 yards.
Wow.
Yeah,
13. Huh?
Yeah, wow. And it's funny, every time you think it's a short little pass, if you think it's just like a 2-yard catch, he turns it into at least a 6 or 7 yard catch. It's always like 3 or 4 or 5 yards more than what you think it would be.
I mean,
so
he's a yak brother. He's gonna get the yards after the catch. That's what he does, man. He's part of that squad. Him and Debo both, and Ayuk. You can put him in that category too. So they all in that category. But still, bro, I'm gonna keep it real. Just be honest. Our show, me and Tone's show, is called Facts Over Feelings. So I like to keep it factual. Just to be real. We're 7-6, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where we are. That's who we are. We're mediocre. We're not great yet. We can't get too high. You know what I mean? We have to realize we still can get better. We still have to get better in order to make some noise in the playoffs. Because right now, we're in the mix, but I don't have the feeling yet that once we get in there, we're gonna do anything special yet, bro. I mean, it might just be me, but that's what I'm seeing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mentioned the defensive backs or the corners earlier. I mean,
yeah,
when you're playing against elite quarterbacks in the playoffs, I mean, do you really think that you're going to survive with the type of cornerback lead that we have right now?
Yeah. And Joe Burrow, he didn't even attack our cornerbacks until the second half. He could have done it earlier, but he didn't. You know what I mean? So,
and thank God we have Bosa on that pass rush. I mean, if he could just get every now and then, Bosa will get a little help here and there in every game. You don't know who's going to step up. It might be Arden Key. Every once in a blue moon, it might be freaking Samson Ebukam, or now we got Omenihu kind of showing up a little bit here and there because we just brought him on, and Armstead maybe if you blink your eye 1,000 times, maybe he might get one and makes a play. So we don't have that. We don't have that consistent. Yeah, DJ Jones is nice. We don't have that consistent guy. I remember early in the year, a lot of people were ragging on D'Amico Ryans and saying he sucks, and oh man, Solid sucks us all left. And what's funny is because I was one of the few guys who was defending Solid when we first had him. People were saying Saleh sucked, and I was thinking, okay, here we go again. Everybody's saying D'Amico Ryan sucked. Just hold on, he's a rookie D coordinator. Let him, but get his bumps and bruises out of the way. And all I'm saying about our defense is just imagine if D'Amico Ryans had a consistent pass rusher opposite Bosa.
You need one more.
Some solid corners. I'm not talking about Pro Bowl corners. I'm not talking about just some solid corners. We're literally bottom of the. This is the most. This is probably the worst cornerback room I've ever seen on a 49er team with a record like this. I mean, one year I remember what year was it? The year that Steve Young went down, 1999. I remember the cornerback room was terrible that year. And that was the first year that we implemented Jeff Garcia. I'm sure you remember that year. And I remember the cornerbacks being really, really bad that year, and we were a terrible, crappy team that year. But this year, it's like, man, can we? I don't know. I can't. I'm at a loss for words when I talk about this.
We're playing rookies, and we playing. I never want to see a player get hurt, to be honest. But I'm just glad Dante Johnson wasn't in the game. You know what I mean? So,
well, you know what though. My condolences, though. His mom did pass away.
Oh, so is that what it was?
That's why he didn't play today. So.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Oh, wow.
And you know what's funny? Though, a lot of people do rag on Dante Johnson, but there are times where he is kind of solid here and there.
He has his moments.
Yeah.
Wrong. He has his moments.
He's really supposed to be a fourth cornerback on the roster, but there's times that we thrust him in, and he has to be, the guy because everybody else is hurt, and that's not who he is. But I know people are kind of seeing him on the roster because he's been here.
It's just barbecue chicken, bro. He's just getting burnt. You know what I mean? Him and Norman too. They both of them. If we had Mosley and the kid from Fairfield, the one that got hurt early in the season,
Jason Verrett. Yeah, I was iffy about Verrett going the season, not because I didn't like him, because I know he's a great player when healthy, but what
injury?
He's injury prone.
Yeah, that's what he is, bro. And that's just the fact of the matter. You can't no two ways around it. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, he's just.
And I'll be honest. I've ragged on Mosley a lot because I've seen him get beat a lot on third downs. I know he has a stat where he hasn't given up that many touchdowns this year. I think he maybe gave up one touchdown, but he'll give up plays on certain third downs. But he was looking really good in that Seahawks game. And once he went down, I was like, okay, great. Here goes our luck. We were down so many good players in that game. I hate to go back to that game. By the way,
but that's a part of it.
So like when Mosley went down, I'm like, oh great, who we got in there? And Ambry Thomas got the start over Diamador Lenore today. I always liked Lenore more than Ambry Thomas.
I did too, bro. To be honest, I did.
And I was hearing through the grapevine that Ambry Thomas, the plan from the 49ers brass supposedly was to not have or try their best not to play Ambry Thomas this year because he didn't play. I don't know what the story was. There was something they wanted to get him going and develop him in some way, shape, or form. So he was out there over Lenore. The first few games, I thought Lenore looked pretty good, and I don't know what
he did.
What made them think that and then they at one point they just stopped playing him altogether.
Yeah, they did.
But here's the deal: people rag on Jimmy Ward so damn much about him not getting interceptions. So boom, Jimmy Ward gets an interception, and who was? I think it was Katavius Street on the pressure. Katavius Street rocked Burrow on that play.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, whoo-hoo. But then I was thinking, okay, wait, hang on. There's probably a flag. There was a flag. I was thinking because roughing the passer or some BS. No, it was freaking.
Ambry Thomas,
rookie
hands
mistake
to the face.
Yeah. Rookie mistake. Man. And what was it? Wasn't there another play later in the game where they called hands to the face on Ambry Thomas? So that time when the interception got taken away.
Right.
And the second time I believe was on a Bosa sack, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. You're right about that. 100%. But those are rookie mistakes, you know what I mean? And the thing is, you got to live with those because he is a rookie starting in his first game, But, that's just the breaks, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, but
And had we played him sooner, had we gotten him reps sooner,
right?
You know, maybe he'd been more comfortable. Maybe he wouldn't have made those mistakes. So,
true that,
yeah.
man.
I'm gonna say what's up to a few people that just trickled in.
Definitely.
Niner Sickness says, "Love the jacket, bro. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it, man." Yeah, David McNew, how you doing, bro? He says we are 7-6. We need to beat the 6-7 Falcons. Yeah, so that game could go either way. I mean, they're 6-7. We lost to them last time we played them.
Man,
we have the tiebreaker for the Vikings. He says we have the tiebreaker for the Vikings and the Kegels.
True that. And the Kegels, huh?
I can't even read this now because dude made me laugh, man. I didn't expect that.
That's funny.
Oh, that's too funny. I lost my train of thought and I don't remember what I was going to say, man.
Hey, but are you going to the game next week against the Falcons?
I wish I could say yes. No, I'm not going unless somebody miraculously says, "Hey, they got tickets for me."
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna be there.
I'm not sure yet, to be honest, bro. I hadn't planned on going, but you know how that goes. I mean, I might. We'll see. But to me, I've been to every game this season. I'm only missed the rain game, which was the one against Indy.
Oh, you chose the right game, man. The weather was terrible. It was like a monsoon. Okay, I knew I was missing a couple of names in the chat. I'm gonna get to them right now. We got Elias Lopez says, "What's up, Bash? Let's go Niners. How you doing, bro?" Tom Compton, go. Hey, Tom Compton. I didn't necessarily follow him too much on the passing protection as I normally do. I'm normally focused on him so I could sit there and grade him. Little semi-grading system in my head, but there were some run blocks where Tom Compton looked really good. And I played O-line in high school, so I can appreciate good blocking.
Real shit.
And people rag on him and say he sucks, and I've been one of them. But hey, when he steps up, he stepped up good, and I really appreciated it, and it helped us a lot.
So it just depends on what he's doing. He's not the greatest in pass protection, but in run blocking, he's really good, man. He really is. So you can't knock him all the way.
Kind of like McGlinchey.
True that.
McGlinchey's one of the best in run blocking, but his pass blocking is a little questionable. What's up, Kenny? Kenny, all the way in Oregon says, yo, says Jimmy looked like crap today. At certain moments, at certain times.
No picks, though. No picks.
Yeah. No picks. So the second half, our scoring summary, I just want to go over the scoring summaries.
Yeah, you got it.
We kicked a field goal in the third quarter. Robbie Gould. I called him something in the chat yesterday said last week said he looked like bronze, and I was like, man, forget that. He's starting to look like copper. I was like, right, he's going to be copper, Robbie Copper.
No more gold, huh?
Wait, we had the time to put. Was that in overtime when he missed that? When he missed that field
47?
goal?
No, that was before, right before overtime.
That was a regulation. It was a regulation. Huh? Yeah. So Jimmy took him down. We could have won.
47-1.
Yeah. My thing is in games like this, I just wish we just put teams away rather than being in the position.
Bro,
not that I think we're the greatest team in the world and we should be blowing teams out. Right. But I want to be in the position. I feel a lot better about this team and especially our quarterback if we're putting teams away and
Bro, it's more. It's like torture. It's like the Giants, same type of shit. Like they make us squirm for it. You know what I mean? They make us have to go through all the emotions. You know what I mean? To get a win, they make us go through it with them. You know what I mean? We can't just be comfortable, and that's just the way this team is built this year. You know what I mean? And when we were an elite team, we didn't do this. We didn't make the mistake. Yeah. You know what I mean? We always overcame everything, and we had. But when you're in this position that we're in, this is what you get, bro. This is who we are, and we have to realize that. And we are this, It's not that we're bad, but we're not great. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. We're slightly better than average, maybe.
Exactly.
So we got James in the chat. James says, Jimmy should have been pick six. Very different conversation if they could hold on to the ball.
True that.
Remind me on that because there were a few times towards the very, very end of the game I was multitasking. I was actually trying to cook dinner while I was watching the game. So I missed that little part where I probably missed it where the dude dropped a pick six.
Yeah, he dropped it on the real because the safety came over and Jimmy didn't even see him. And he came straight over, almost picked him. He threw it in his hands, but he dropped it. You know what I mean? He should have had it.
Was this an overtime?
No, this is fourth quarter. This is fourth quarter.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how I missed that.
Yeah,
usually I see things like that.
It happened.
Yeah, it's not the first time people has dropped an interception. Yeah,
it happens a lot to Jimmy. He gets lucky a lot, to be honest.
Yeah. But what's up, Pine Knower? I hang on this video. So what's up? This guy says, "Yo, what's up?" He said, "Did you pay for all the people commenting in the chat? Are they Filipino like CGs?" No, I don't think these guys speak. It's an inside joke, man. This guy. I wish I had that kind of money to pay for subscribe. If I was paying for things, man, trust me, my subscriber count would be much higher than what it is right now, and they're currently not. My boy Don Swab says, "BZ owe me some pizza. I owe you pizza for what, man? What'd I do?" Well, hey, next time, that's my boy, man. Next time, if you're ever in the area though, I'll cook up a good pizza. You'll see what my pizza's all about. Without a doubt. Yeah, man. What else? So like the second half, I mean, we didn't really put up the points on the board. I love the pass rush from Bosa when need be. Yeah, there were times where I was begging for Bosa to get some pass rush and it wasn't there, or Burrow would get away. He's got good feet, man. Burrow's has nice presence in the pocket.
Definitely, he's good. I like Burrow a lot. He kind of surprised me. My first time actually really watching him play like an entire game. I didn't realize he was good as he is, man. He definitely had a lot of pocket awareness, a lot more, and he's decisive. He knows what he wants to do with the ball. You know what I mean? And then against our cornerbacks, he should have really, really, exploited us a lot more than he did.
Yeah, he exploited us at times, but I expected more.
Me too. That's what I'm saying. So that just shows his immaturity, though. He's still young. Because if he was a more aggressive quarterback, he would have. You know what I mean? We can't do that shit against a Tom Brady. He's gonna kill us.
Oh no. Yeah,
exactly. It's different.
So his stat line: 25 for 34, 348 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Jimmy G, 27 for 41, 296 yards, and 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. So they both got 2 touchdowns, and two different quarterbacks, and our receiving cores are a whole lot different.
Completely.
Our equalizer would be Kittle, you could say, though, because he's not a wide receiver, but he was basically our number one receiver for this game, pretty much.
Yeah, definitely.
He's a tight end, yeah.
And they didn't use Higgins
and Jamar Chase are a great duo, and Tyler Boyd.
What did Higgins end up having?
What's up, bro?
What did Higgins end up having? What's his stats?
Oh, his stat line. So he had 5 catches for 114 yards.
Damn, did he really have that much?
22.8 per catch, which is awesome.
Oh, wow.
Jamar Chase had the 2 TDs. Yeah, I like Chase a whole lot coming out of the draft too. I just knew coming out. He was like a no-brainer type of guy. But you see him, there's no way you can say, hey, greatness isn't going to come his way unless he just has a terrible work.
Way up there, bro. I mean, he's one of the ones.
With our guys, it's like we got Debo, who stat wise he is up there with the big guys, but a lot of people don't. Some people don't consider him a number one, or some people consider him a gadget player or a tweener. I definitely think he could be great as just a straight up wide receiver if the team, just said whatever team he goes to. If we had him with a given quarterback, let's say
we've shown that. He has 1,000 yards already. It's only what? We still got 4 games to go.
Yeah. He hit 1,000 faster than any. I believe he hit it faster than any other Niner receiver in history. And we're coming from a team with
Jerry. You know what I mean?
GOAT, Jerry Rice, GOAT number 2.
Right.
GOAT number 2 TO. So I mean, hey, that's a great milestone as a 49er receiver. I'm really proud of the guy.
Indeed.
Hopefully, now I'm not the biggest stat guy in terms of let's look up stats and let's hold our heads up high because this guy's got stats. For me, it's all about the wins and losses for the most part.
That's what it's all about.
I mean, and like you were talking about this team, where's this team going to go? Or are we mediocre? Are we good? And it's that doc. Just I had David. Who's that rapper? I had him on him. David Canal. David Canal. I'm not sure if you saw the episode, but I had him on here, and he's like, I'm not the biggest Jimmy fan, but as this team go, as Jimmy goes, this team goes. As this team goes, Jimmy goes. And it's true when we pretty much unless it's a game where the running game completely dominates and we can hand the ball off to Elijah Mitchell the whole damn time and not worry about what we do at the quarterback position. The game pretty much rides on Jimmy's shoulders at this point in time,
It does.
And there are times, and I hate to say it, but there are times where he has me nervous and he has me thinking we're going to lose the game, and I'm like, I just go crazy. Why is he throwing it here? Why is he doing it this way? Why is he taking a sack? Why isn't he throwing the ball away? But then at the very end, in the overtime,
like today,
Brandon Ayuk.
Same shit,
I love Ayuk.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
So we got that touchdown. Yep.
He has it in him to be great, but it's just not consistent enough. You know what I mean? In order to be a really great quarterback, you have to have that shit in you. You got to have that dog all the time, not sometime. You know what I mean? And he has it. You can see it. He learned it from. You see, he studied behind Tom, so he's seen it. He knows what it takes to get there. But he just, I don't know, it's something about him that just doesn't allow him to really, come into his complete self, bro. I don't know, but. It's enough, for a team to actually win, but it's just not. He's not that dominant guy. You know what I mean? And
I don't think he's ever going to be that dominant guy.
Me neither.
I mean, it's very rare you see because he's year 8 now with Jimmy, right?
Yeah.
So it's very rare you see a quarterback in this league, or any player for that matter. But when you see them through a certain amount of time in their career, and then all of a sudden they bloom and become elite, like in year 11 or year 12 or whatever. The only the only QB I could think of who really stepped up at the very, very end of his career was Rich Gannon. Not that he won a Super Bowl or anything, but you know, his best years were towards the end of the career with Raiders.
And your boy out in Denver, Elway.
Well, Elway, I'd say Elway was still. Yeah, he was always good. He was always good.
Yeah, true.
But you know, towards the end he became great, and it didn't hurt to have Terrell Davis help him out.
Yeah, of course, you got to run a game. Yeah. And Shanahan was his coach, you know.
Yeah,
so all of that.
Mike Shanahan. Oh yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, so, OG Shanahan, as they say.
Yeah, exactly.
What up, Bob Money? Loyal viewer to the chat says Jimmy G is trash. You know what? I've been. A lot of people are calling for my head because they consider me the biggest Jimmy G hate, or one of the biggest Jimmy G haters, and I'm a jerk, and I don't know what I'm talking about, and then had all these people message me, "Oh, look how good Jimmy did today." Look, he did good at times when it mattered, but there were a lot of times where he did bad, and you. True that. For those of you who are Jimmy G fans, you have to also admit there's bad there, and you have to admit that you see the bad the same way we see the bad.
There's no way you can't see the bad. You have to, bro. I mean, it's evident. There's certain passes he cannot make. He cannot. He's throwing inside the hashes. He's throwing inside the lines. That's it. He's not going down the field. He's not going to make anything extravagant happen. But he's going to be efficient, and he'll get us the first downs, and he'll move the rock. But that's what he does, and that's who he is. You know what I mean? But
it was in the first half. It was we did some play. I forgot what the play started off with. It might have been play action, but Jimmy had time to throw. Sits back there. Airs it out deep. I'm like, yes, cool. Jimmy, you're finally throwing it deep to the sidelines or outside the numbers. Benjamin. And it was like, the problem was, and I've seen this a lot with Jimmy's deep passes, and a lot of people have made jokes about this. And my friend Joey Mahoney makes this joke all the time. He says his deep passes look like punts, and it looked good initially when he threw it. I'm like, okay, cool. This is gonna be a really nice deep ball. I can't wait. I wonder who's gonna get the TD on this one. And then boom, then later it hung up like a punt.
Yeah,
but Travis Benjamin still had a chance to catch it. Now
he did.
You're an NFL receiver. You jump up and you still have a chance to catch it. And
he made a good play on the ball, though.
He did make a good play.
Yeah, he did.
But see, the thing is, Benjamin, he's not your strong-bodied, sure-handed receiver.
No,
he's a fast guy.
I didn't expect him to be catching the ball at the end of.
What's that?
Going to him.
What was that?
I didn't know the ball was going to Travis Benjamin. I didn't know who it was. But
yeah. I was hoping that deep ball would have went to Sherfield or Debo or you. I wish we get Sherfield involved, man. I don't know. It's just we saw all this promise in the preseason with Trey Lance throwing those nice deep passes to him, and now it's like maybe we have to wait till next year or something. I don't know. But I don't even want to get into the whole Trey Lance thing anymore.
Yeah,
unless we know he's playing, and that's that.
That's next year.
Yeah, exactly. Exactamundo. And David McNew says we need a quarterback that could take our team on his shoulders and carry us to wins. Go Trey Lance. I've said that so many times, and I totally agree. And we'll eventually get there. Kenny made a great point. Says Debo and Bosa and Kittle are carrying this team. Yeah, and Bosa's carrying this defense, man. With all that BS that we have going on in the cornerback position, Bosa is having himself a season.
How many sacks he has?
He had two sacks today.
So that's 13.
So he might be at the 13 or 14 mark.
Yeah, right around there, huh? Yeah.
Just imagine how many sacks Bosa would have this season had he not got held so many damn times.
Right.
Well, the thing is he'd get held, but there'd be no flag.
that happens more often than not, man. I mean, he's a monster though, bro. I mean, I thank God for him. We need him so bad. And then
go ahead.
You see when he sacked Burrow, he actually picked him up like, come on. Thank you. You know, that's his homie. You know what I mean?
I think I heard that they're buddies or something like that. I don't know where the connection came about, but okay. A lot of these players, you know, when you watch a game and then like the game's over and then you see all these players run up and talking to each other and like, dude, how do all these players know each other? But you know, it's just that community that they're in, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say something else, but I forgot, man. I was too busy.
No worries, bro. No worries,
it's all good, man. Maybe one of these guys will remind me. Go ahead.
We got the win, brother, and that's the main thing. You know, we were able to keep our playoff hopes in reach and be able to move on, bro. And that's my main thing, man. I know, honestly, I'm gonna keep it real. I don't necessarily think that we will make huge noise in the playoffs unless we are able to become back to ourselves, running the ball and playing good defense. You know, that's the only way.
We'd have to hit a certain hot streak
We have
all
to.
the New York Giants. I believe there was a New York Giants, a wild card team.
97 Giants, yes. Twice.
So I think the year that we should have went to the Super Bowl, they were.
Yeah, the year of the Kyle Williams.
Yeah. That year they actually that Giants team lost 6 games in a row that year, believe it or not. So so David McNews says Bosa has 14 sacks. That's awesome.
Wow.
Man. Yeah, I think he should have 20. It had those referees, had he not been held so many damn times. It's just crazy, man. Now I remember what I was going to say. Thank God. So I remember when the half was over, I had a little conference call with my 49er buddies, and we were talking. And the dudes were saying, like, they were talking about bad calls and by the referees. And I forgot what bad calls took place in the first half. Sometimes I see those things and they stick out like a sore thumb. But sometimes I see those things and I just, like, let it be a blur in my brain, because if it's a blur for me, it won't drive me crazy. It won't stress me out.
Yeah, I feel you.
So, but what I said though, and what people do normally say when there are bad calls, but sometimes you don't want to hear it. It's that tough love that people tell you that you don't want to hear, and you want to sit there and still complain about the bad calls. Mm-hmm. And I said it, and I was like, you know what? We just got to play better, outplay the referees. We got to put ourselves in a position where the referees aren't a factor. And eventually we got to that point in this game. Yeah,
we did. Thank God. I mean, because we didn't have too many. We didn't have any pass PIs. No pass interference calls today. None. And that's very unusual for us. We had a couple hands to the face, maybe a holding call, but no PIs. You know what I mean? Yeah. And those are huge for us. You know?
For those who got here late, I said this earlier. I think D'Amico Ryans is going to be something special. You know, look how Aziz Ashar has developed.
Man. He's playing great.
Oh, somebody wanted me to mention Fred Warner. I love Fred Warner, but he was like, hey, you know, we gave Fred Warner this big contract and he's not playing up to par. What do you think about that?
Oh, man. Honestly, I can understand where that's coming from, to be honest, because Fred's not playing up to all-pro Fred standards. You know what I mean? We're used to seeing all-pro Fred out there. And this year, for whatever reason, I'm not sure if it's the money or whatever the case may be, but he's not playing like all-pro Fred. And that's just a fact. You know, the numbers show it. You can see it on the field. I don't know if he's been hurt or what the case may be, but he's not living up to, you know, the guy we've seen for the past couple of years. And
in order for us to do something in the playoffs and be that playoff team, assuming we make the playoffs, it looks like we probably will make the playoffs. I'm just
looks like it.
On the optimistic side of things, but we need him to be the real Fred Warner, and we need these other big name players who we're paying all this money for to be who they really, really are. So Bosa's being Bosa, you can say.
Indeed.
For a while, Kittle wasn't being Kittle. Now he's being Kittle.
Now he is. Yeah.
Debo's being Debo.
Right.
You know, now Ayuk's. That's why I put Ayuk's picture up, because I was so happy for him that he got the game-winning touchdown. So I love Ayuk, and I was so down and so pissed that he wasn't being utilized, and they kept saying doghouse, doghouse, doghouse.
And he's in my fantasy team.
I was like, screw that. He's on your fantasy team too. There you go. So for the sake of my fandom for Brandon Ayuk, for the sake of your fantasy team, Brandon Ayuk is stepping up, and thank God, man. I'm loving it.
I needed it, man. I needed it.
And let me say what's up to the late guy coming in the chat. We got SG Sports Talk channel. What's up, dog? He says, yo, Bashar, subscribe to his channel. He's a big Niner fan. That's Chardal, famous caller on the Grant Cohn phone.
Yo.
Says, I love your 49ers GTA background. Yeah. Lately, I've been starting off with my 49er-minded background, and then I switch it up to my little GTA background with my little picture there in my Ayuk spot. And I just loved what I saw from Ayuk last year. I fell in love with the player last year. And to me, I was like, wow, as much as I like Debo, this guy's more of a complete receiver and runs a full route tree in comparison to Debo. And then all of a sudden that rocky start happened, and then Debo just exploded out of the gates. I was like,
out of nowhere, just like, wow. Yeah. Now, I really thought that Ayuk was going to have a breakout year. I thought this was his year, because after last year, he showed a lot of promise. I'm like, oh, wow, this kid's going to be good. And he still can run after the catch. You know, that's why they said the Yak brothers, you know. So, but, you know, for what I really don't know what that was about this year, though, with Shanahan and the doghouse, all the stuff you were talking about. But
yeah, I hope Shanahan matures, because we all know he's an excellent person in terms of drawing up plays and drawing up people open, drawing up a million ways to run the ball. Now, at times, he's a great play caller, but in certain situations, it's questionable. I get that part. But being a head coach, a real head coach, is something he has to mature into and get better at. That's why I mentioned the special teams earlier. Maybe he got on Hightower this past week. I know there was a week that we won a game, and it was part of that 3-game win streak. And that first game that we won, Shanahan was like, hey, nobody gets the game ball this week. He's
Really?
right there.
Oh, yeah,
Right there.
I do remember
right
that.
there.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was being a head coach though, so he's got to, And then you saw him chest bump Juwan Jennings in one of the games, and he like last week, like when we lost the freaking Seahawks. I hate that team. I hate Pete Carroll. But one thing, Pete Carroll is. I know he's the rah-rah guy. I'm not expecting Shanahan to be the rah-rah guy.
Right. It's also some emotion.
But I saw freaking Pete Carroll in a crucial time of the game run on the sidelines and slap fives with everybody on the sidelines and pump up everybody on the sidelines. And when I saw Pete Carroll do that, I was thinking, oh, great, man, this is not going to look good for us. And we may, I just felt like it was a momentum shift.
You can feel it. Yeah, you can feel it.
Yeah.
You can feel it. It's an energy shift, man.
Yep. Let me say what's up to check out these other comments really quick. We got Kenny. Kenny says Josh Norman is doing what Sherman would have done. I think so too. I pretty much think so too. Not that Josh Norman is doing anything great. At times, for the most part, he's solid. It's just all those crazy PIs. And actually, I don't know what it was this game, but I know going into this game, I believe he had like 120 or 110 quarterback rating when thrown on to him, when they're thrown on the side. So it's like quarterbacks have all these success throwing to him, and you think that he would get beat up and get burnt for crazy huge 50, 40-yard touchdowns all game. Yeah, against all these young stud receivers. But hey, shout out to as much as we rag on Josh Norman, hey, at times he doesn't get bullied and disrespected or abused as much as we'd expect.
He's still an OG, man.
Yeah. I mean, he's a tough dude. He's a tough player.
And he's a vet, man. He knows what he's doing out there, man. It's just that sometimes he gets lost in the sauce. It just happens. But he has the most forced fumbles out of any quarterback this season. You know what I mean? He forces those.
You know why though? Because he's got that peanut punch.
Yeah, right, exactly. Right, and it works. You know what I mean? So he's like a home run hitter, bro. He'll strike out a lot, but he gonna get a couple. You know what I mean? And he's
hopefully those other players on our squad learn how to do that punch, man. Yeah. But I just love the fact that I saw the ball a lot more loose this game than more so than other games, and that was especially for the special teams. Shout out to the special teams; they stepped up a lot, huge. Except for when Robbie Gould missed that stupid kick. Thank God we had the opportunity. Thank God we had the opportunity to come back and and eventually win. And in overtime, I got really scared. By the way, oh my gosh, freaking! You know what was it that one drive? Was it right before the half actually? When this is what scared me. I remember when Cincinnati tied it on that big touchdown right before the half, right? No, not right before the half. Sorry, right before regulation.
Right.
When Cincinnati, but earlier in that drive, Bosa sacked Burrows, and like, okay, cool, this is awesome, man. Defense is coming, firing out on this drive. We're gonna stop them. We're gonna win this game. And it was so disheartening. It was so disheartening to see the Bengals, get that big touchdown in the first half. No, sorry, to end the regulation. Yeah, right. And then lo and behold, we had the ball in freaking overtime, and Robbie Gould misses, and then in overtime, our defense, you think we lose the game, think we're gonna lose the game. And then, all they do was a field goal. And that new rule, hey, they got to score a touchdown to beat us.
I got to go back. Yeah.
So hey, we got the ball back, and Ayuk and Jimmy connected with Ayuk. He saw Ayuk when he was open, and Ayuk tight roped the sidelines, dove, and I was like right away, I was like, yeah, touchdown. And then nobody ever signaled touchdown, and we're all just sitting here waiting, twiddling our thumbs, like, what's going on here? Is this another case of the refs being stupid with us? But when the announcer said, hey, the 49ers are celebrating on the sidelines, I was like, okay, cool. They didn't show them celebrating. I didn't see the refs talking, but when they announced it, I'm like, okay, cool, thank God.
Thank God. Because remember, earlier in the game, Ayuk, the other touchdown, they said he didn't make it. Well, he did. His foot was out of bounds, you know what I mean?
It was close. It was really, really close. Yeah, had he put his knee down, he would have gotten it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But so I'm just glad he got this one, man. He deserved it. He fought
hard.
That
would have been a really nice one had he got that one too.
Yes, that would have ended the game. We would have been good, But and Jimmy had some questionable throws here and there too, man. But for the most part, he played well enough for us to win, and that's all we can ask for, bro.
Oh yeah. At the end of the day, that's what you can ask for. You get that W. And hey, when you look at the win-loss column, it doesn't say this W in week 10 or whatever.
Right.
Was an ugly win, but the win, the win in week 3 was glorious and beautiful because you blew that team out by 30 points. It doesn't say that. All it has is the win loss. That's it.
Yeah, real dub, man. That's it. It don't matter how you win. As long as we walk out of here with one, man, we good. And we was on the road. We seem to have a better road record than we do a home record, for whatever
some odd reason. For some odd reason.
I don't know what that's about.
This is such a weird season for the Niners. There's so many questionable things about. Jimmy G gets questioned. The coaching staff gets questioned. Special teams gets questioned. The secondary gets questioned, and it's just one of those weird. Can we ever have anybody healthy in the running back room? All these weird. Such a weird season, man. I cannot wrap my head around.
We had such high expectations for this season. That's why
that's the part that kills me.
Yeah, right. So everybody expected us to be this great team this year because we had everybody back healthy and this and that, So for it not to actually come to fruition, it's like people are like, "What the hell is going on? Something's wrong." You know what I mean? But it's football, bro. People still get hurt, and
as the old cliche goes, that's why they play the game.
Indeed, for sure.
And you can have all this thing on all these players on paper, and you can have whatever roster you draw up. You could drop whatever draft picks whatever team has, and people will say, "Oh yeah, this team's going to the Super Bowl." It's like sometimes I just sit back. I don't want to say I laugh at people, but I'm just like, for me, my excitement level is just I taper it because I know I have to see what's on the field within the first few weeks of the season.
You don't want to get too high, too low, man.
Yeah, but obviously this season people were like, it looked like depth wise. When you looked at that roster, you're like, okay, we're deeper here than we were last year, or we're as deep at this position as we were in 2019 when we went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it looked like it. Good.
So, and then the writers were saying, oh yeah, this team is deeper and deeper, and especially like the defensive tackles, perfect example. Going into the season, I was hearing how great and how dominant the D tackles were, and but yet when the season starts, we have issues stopping the run. We don't have a consistent pass rush. Freaking Kinlaw. I wanted to see Kinlaw play. I'm not trying to hate on the guy. I was really excited about him, but hey, he's not playing. He's not here, so people are throwing busts.
Yeah. But that's just part of the game, though, bro. I mean, everybody has injuries. I don't care what team you play for. Everybody gets hurt on every team. You just got to fill those holes. That's why you have to have good coaches and good GMs and people drafting good players because people are going to get hurt. That's just the fact of the matter. They're going to, and nobody's going to last on every team. Somebody's going to hurt on every team. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And now it's a longer season too, 17 games, right?
Right.
Yeah. And so I'm going to catch up. Go ahead.
My thing is, I question. I don't want to get too deep into this. I question Kyle a lot as far as GM wise, you know what I mean? People always say that, Lynch is the GM, but Kyle's the real GM, whatever the hell that means, you know what I mean? But if Kyle's the one picking these players, then I kind of question what he's been doing, bro, because a lot of players he's been picking, all of our players we picked this season in the draft, we're playing one.
A lot of times when it comes to offensive players, I think Kyle really has his hand in it. He did, but with that said, I do like the fact that we got Trey Lance, and Kyle played a big part in that, despite what people think.
Of course.
And I didn't want to talk about Trey Lance, Jimmy G thing at all because I know Trey Lance isn't going to play this year. Yeah, but I'm very confident about him being the quarterback next year. And anybody who wants to debate that with me, I'm open for a debate. And we all know that the reason why Jimmy's playing this year is because of his salary.
Yeah, for sure. You're paying that man a lot of money.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. When I had JB Winborn on here, former 49er linebacker, not sure if you saw the episode, but
I did.
He said it like because I still had my Trey Lance itch inside me, and I was kind of saying, shouldn't we be playing this guy? Shouldn't he be on the field? But right away, Jamie Winborn straight. He's an NFL player. He knows it's the business. He's like, yeah, but you got to realize that. If they're paying $27 million, don't you think the owner is going to be telling the GM and the coaching staff that, hey, hold up, you're paying this guy this much money? Don't you think he has to be playing and not riding the pine?
Right. You got to be kidding me. He's going to play. He's going to earn his money.
Yeah.
For real. No, I feel that 100%, man.
Let me see what Silverado has to say. He says, look, I'll give credit for going 6-6 in overtime. But a wise man once said, if you start a fire and then put it out, doesn't mean makes you a hero.
That's a fact.
It's always, I was going back earlier where I said we should be putting these teams away, and we don't put them away. So it's always this nail biter, end of game type of thing. Now, we've been on the short end of those, and then we've been on the winning end of those. So
yeah, right. Yeah. But that's where we are, though. So I'm saying that's the team we are, bro. We just right in the middle. You know what I mean? And we have to take that leap in order to get further. And we'll see if we do. We got 4 games left, so.
Well, David McNew says what I've been saying when I had Niner Nate on last week. We had to talk about this. And Niner Nate, I'm not gonna say that he's works for the 49ers, but I'm gonna tell you this: he hears a lot of whispers and he talks to a lot of people, you know, and he hasn't dropped names, but from what he's saying, Jimmy G's definitely gonna be gone, and Trey's the guy, and Trey Lance is Kyle's guy. And if a lot of people don't want to believe me, they want to argue with me and tell me I'm stupid, feel free to. But that's what I see. I was the same guy who went out. I didn't have my channel back then, but any conversation I got on, I told everybody to screenshot whatever I'm typing, record whatever I'm saying. We're not drafting Mac Wilson. You know, so when I drafted why am I saying Mac Wilson? That's Zach Wilson. Mac Jones. We're not drafting Mac Jones. And people were like, no, we're drafting Mac Jones because all these beat writers are saying it. They're saying we're drafting Mac Jones.
I remember.
And hey, I happen to know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. He kept telling me way before we weren't going to be drafting Mac Jones. And I stuck with what he told me. And hey, he's right. Not saying that I know everybody or I work for whoever, but hey, I've been connected with a ton of Niner fans, and some of these Niner fans that I know do have strong connections. I'm not trying to brag about it, you know, or nothing like that. I'm just fortunate. I'm fortunate in that regard, you know.
I remember you telling, even on the first episode that Tony and I were on with you, we were saying the same thing about Trey Lance. You were saying the same thing then, that we kind of figured. I mean, I wanted Trey Lance back then as well, and you and Tone both said the same thing. But most people didn't even know who he was, to be honest. You know what I mean?
I was in between Trey Lance and Justin Fields. I was like,
right, yeah, you could say
either
Fields
or, because I knew I like both of their skill sets, and I liked certain things better about one guy than the other.
Right,
and they, you know, at that point in time, I thought the easiest. I said this last week, but I thought the easiest giveaway was how many pro days did they go to Trey Lance for Trey Lance and Justin Fields? Both of them, they had two pro days for both guys.
Yeah,
and those were the only QBs that they had two pro days for, where the 49ers went to visit them privately. Right. So that tells you right there what Mac Jones wasn't going to be the guy. Yeah, but the media kept wanting to hype up this Mac Jones. And I think the funny thing was, supposedly John Lynch, from what I hear, was the main guy who kept feeding the media the Mac Jones rumors. So
really,
you know, they tried to swindle them in some way, shape, or form. Maybe they did. You know. Well, remember when Nick Bosa got drafted, right?
I do.
Who's that D tackle for the New York Jets? That Quentin Williams?
Williams. Yeah.
Quentin Williams. You know, the whole thing where everybody said, no, the 49ers are going to get Williams. They're not going to get Bosa. Supposedly the 49ers...
We knew better.
Supposedly the 49ers were throwing that smoke screen out there too. But you know, I was thinking, okay, it's got to be Bosa. Could it be anybody else?
All day. It'd be ludicrous not to pick Bosa, man.
David McNew says, I've watched a lot of college tape on Trey Lance. His arm deep, power strong. He needs to work on his mid-range and short throws. And just the timing, just at the NFL timing, NFL speed of the game. I'm not going to doubt his knowledge of the game or what he knows in terms of the playbook. So there's also something Kenny said. What did he say right here? Kenny said, Jimmy G is a John Lynch loss. Yeah, well, Lynch is the guy who went out of his way to trade for him, without a doubt. You know, but you know, we did have success in that Super Bowl season. You know, some people give Jimmy all the credit for that season. I was never one of those guys. You know, but you know, I thought during the regular season he played nice. He played well. You know, he won certain games with his arm. From time to time, Jimmy will have that talent where he wins games with his arm, and from time to time he doesn't. You know, a lot of times he doesn't. So
Jimmy's a rhythm player, though, man. He has to be in a good rhythm in order for you to see him really play well. And we've seen that in the New Orleans game, or even the Arizona game in 2019. He has to be in those type of games where you can actually see him flourish. But he's not. I mean, he's a game manager, bro. That's what he is. I mean, you can't call him much more than that. And because it shows, if you're an elite quarterback, then your stats will show that. If you're just a manager, it will show that as well. And that's what it's been showing for him. He's got 16 touchdowns and 8 interceptions this year. You know, it's just right in the middle of the pack. You know, that's what he is. You know.
Yep. So he's a game manager who every now and then can get you some nice game winning touchdowns.
He can here and there.
Yeah.
But Alex Smith was that too.
Exactly. And Alex Smith was a lot more mobile too. That's the thing.
Yeah, exactly. He can move around.
Right. Kenny said 3 first rounders, bro. Let me know. I guess he meant let me know as a fan as to see why we did this. He said Jimmy's expensive. Yeah, it's pretty obvious, and it's clear as day that you know that it actually is Trey Lance's team right now. A lot of people don't want to hear me say that,
but it
pretty much is Trey Lance's team. Even though he's just not the starting quarterback as we speak, but we all know it's going to happen. It's later down the road. I didn't even want to talk about Trey Lance, but I go off of what I see in the chat sometimes, and
Right.
people kind of inspire me to bring it up from here and there. What's it called? Chardon from SG Sports Channel said something really cool. I was gonna pull it up really, really quick. He says, "You're the most energetic person I know. You fire up the faithful." I try, man. I don't know how much effect I have on the fan base, but if I'm one of many who do it, hey, I'll take credit for that. There's plenty other Niner fans at the game who are way louder than me. When I was younger, I used to be so loud and so crazy at the games, but when I got older, I noticed my voice would just go out so quick, and the next day I would have no voice. I'd kind of get scared, or I'd have to drink hella water during the game just so I don't lose my voice.
I get that too, bro. Believe me.
What's up, man? Ryan Good. Speaking of loud fans of 49er games, when I was at Candlestick, the loudest 49er fan I ever ran across that sat right by me in a game or sat near me was this guy right here, Ryan Gutierrez. What's up, dog? So 49er minded. Hey, we got the W. It was one of those crazy nail-biting overtime wins, and we pulled it off.
Yes, sir.
And
yes, sir.
It was a team win. We win as a team, we lose as a team. That's how I look at it.
For sure.
And 49er dude, the 49er rapper, who's going to be on my show tomorrow. I believe we're going to do a 7 o'clock show tomorrow, and we have a whole lot to talk about with 49er dude. Great 49er rapper. He has a song called 49er Fresh. If you haven't heard it, go to his YouTube channel, and I'll be playing some of his music on tomorrow's show. Without that, we'll be talking about his music, and we'll be talking a little about this past game and just the state of the whole season, and without a doubt. And what can he say here? He says, "Look at Kyle Shanahan during games. He ain't happy. He has no trust in Jimmy G." Well, I saw him cussing out Jimmy G or yelling at him, and I know, per one of the beat writers in the Chicago Bears game, Kyle told Jimmy, where he was just about to bench him in the Bears game, he told him, "Hey, this is simple shit. Can you handle it?" So somebody overheard that. So that's pretty crazy.
Danny Golding. He showed up in that game, though. He ended up.
He did. He played. Yeah, that throw to Debo was really nice in that Bears game too. That was probably the nicest deep ball throw I could think that Jimmy had for the season.
Oh, yeah.
That deep ball to Debo, that was really nice. Yeah. Danny Golding, what's up? Danny GTV met this dude once in Levi's, by the way. Says, "Do you think we'll see Trae come in for a few plays while Jimmy starts in these next 4 games?" I don't see it. The 49ers at this point in time this is how I see it, and this is what I've been hearing, and I don't know it's set in stone or not, but it kind of looks like this is the route that they're going.
Right.
They have Trae out there. They weren't able to trade him. I get what they want from him. I guess they weren't getting the right value. I think they're trying to get a first rounder out of him. If they do, they'll be lucky and fortunate. I think they'll probably get a second rounder out of them if they trade him in the offseason. At least a third.
For Trae?
For Jimmy. No, for Jimmy. We trade. Yeah. So in that case, I don't think we're only playing Trae, in my opinion, if Jimmy gets hurt.
Right. I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I think that there may be certain situations where they may play him, which they should have did last week against Seattle, like on the goal line, 4th and 2.
In the Seattle game, I wish they did.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, certain situations you should put him in there just to keep the defense guessing. Because you put him in the game, that flips everything. The defense has no clue what's coming. You know what I mean? Kyle is such a crazy mind, and sometimes I kind of think he gets ahead of himself. But simple stuff like that, just to give the defense a different look, I think is a good look. You know what I mean? But I don't think he'll play a lot. But certain situations, maybe.
Yeah, every now and then, maybe.
Right.
I don't think we'll see him. See
might
him at all, or maybe much of anything. But maybe they'll just throw him in as a wrinkle.
Right.
What's up, Channel 49? Buddy of mine on Instagram says, "Yo, what's up, y'all? Hey, good to have you here, buddy." He always promotes my channel on Instagram. Really good guy.
Dope.
Says, "Yo, what's up, y'all? Jimmy G's our savior." He's being sarcastic. He's saying this, LOL. Can I get a score prediction for the Falcons versus 49ers? Do you want to do that, Trae?
Woo, yeah, sure. We can definitely do that. Damn.
We're at home. We gotta get a W at home, man. If we don't get a W at home, we don't deserve to be in the playoffs. Or you think about
you ain't never lied, brother. That is a fact right there. This year, we have to win at home. Honestly, I see us. The Falcons' defense is very suspect. Just be honest. We should be able to run on them and throw on them. We really should. I think that game will at least put up at least 24 points. So if I had to make a prediction, I'd say 24-17 Niners. 24-20 in that range, but definitely a win for sure. Kyle can't lose to his team, his ex-team twice at home. There's no way. It just can't. It can't happen.
Okay, so I'll change it up a little bit. We gotta be. I'm pretty sure the crowd's gonna be fired up at home. They have to. Ever since that year we went to the Super Bowl, Levi's really learned how to get loud at Levi's, and I think they're definitely going to bring. And we were loud in some of our losses too. Not like the crowd doesn't bring it. So I'm going to say let's make it 27-18. Let's say 27-18. Niners get loud. We get these big plays going. Maybe Jimmy Ward gets a pick. We'll see. And and hopefully Kyle beats his old team. He didn't beat his old team last time.
Right? You can't lose.
Kittle pancaked some dude in the end zone and was laughing, and we got that touchdown. I was like, okay, cool. If Kittle's destroying people like that in the run game, this is an easy win for us. And here we are. We lose at the very end of the game in a stupid fashion.
That's tough, bro.
We got Pinora says the only thing we can hope for is Ambry or Lenore showing massive improvements and hopefully beat the Packers or give the Cowboys a fight in the playoffs. One of those two guys would have to mature overnight with these reps that they're finally getting. And I'm not too scared of the Packers. I know they're a better team than us right now, and they beat us last time. But I'm sorry, we should have won that game.
They're number one, right, in the division. Packers.
They might be. I could check for you.
Yeah, I think so. It's either them or no, Cardinals. Cardinals, my bad.
Okay.
Cardinals only got two losses. Yeah,
Cardinals. Says Trey Lance or bust. Yeah. We throwing all our marbles in on Trey Lance. But
next year though, Trey
Lance, he's a rare. So this is Trey Lance. It's very rare. You rarely ever see this. So obviously you got the body type. He's built. He's fast.
Yeah.
He's got a rocket of an arm. Now he does have to work on the the nuances of throwing the softer short passes from time to time and accuracy issues here and there. I get that. But then you have the intelligence, smart dude. And then they're just saying his attitude. When Kyle was talking about him, they said that he had kind of felt like you were talking to the CEO. But then on top of that, just the work ethic, the way he grasps, he already knows the playbook.
Right.
He studies the playbook like crazy, and I just think a guy like him with all these physical attributes, elite physical attributes, his elite work ethic, intelligence, with the way he works so damn hard and how smart he is, and I just don't see him failing. I really don't. He's going to try his best to figure it out.
He's experienced. That's all he needs, man. He has to be able to play, get on the field, and actually show what he can do. You don't learn until you experience it. You have to, and that's just part of the game. And he has all the tools, like you said. I mean, that's evident. We've all seen it. But again, like you said, just the nuances, learning how to throw the, not a fast ball every time, just simple stuff that he'll learn with experience. And he has it, bro. I mean, like you said, they gave away 3 first-round draft picks for the next 3 years for this guy. There's obviously a reason for that. Kyle, I just don't see how he can't flourish, especially in this system.
Silverado Kev says Diamador Lenore over Ambry Thomas. I'd say the same thing. Hopefully both of them develop, though. Hopefully by next year, these guys look like they're more like NFL corners. We can rag on our rookies all that we want for as bad as they look, but we want them to be good. We want Trey Sermon to be successful. We want Aaron Banks to be successful. All those guys being successful. We obviously want Trey Lance to be successful. We're seeing Talanoa Hufanga in the mix here and there.
Oh, I like him. I like him a lot.
And we all like him where he's close to the line of scrimmage, where he blitzes, where he has his delay blitzes, or just anything around, in the box. He does have to improve on his coverage a bit. You do see him, struggle from time to time. He's
rookie though too, so he got time.
I like the pick right off the bat when he made the pick, just because a buddy of mine was just hyping him up so much.
Yeah, he can play though.
I was thinking, okay, cool. We might have something here. And obviously, you had I hate to mention it because people say, don't mention Troy Polamalu, but I'm just saying that Troy Polamalu's been with him every step of the way at USC to mentor him. And when you have that luxury, and you take advantage of it.
You got to, man.
Yeah. And I don't see how it could hurt him. It's definitely got to help him.
No way can hurt him. The kid's gonna be good, man.
And Tommy Huxley says Bashar is mad that Jimmy G didn't throw a pick six. Didn't throw a pick. Okay, yeah, I didn't even see the pick that was dropped. I must have blinked for a second when that happened. I'm like the only guy that didn't see that.
It was ugly, bro. It should have been picked off. There's no doubt about it.
Oh man, and I said we were going to be an hour. It's like an hour and 9 minutes. I don't want to keep you on.
Is it really that long already?
Yeah. I don't want. Yeah. Time flies when you're having fun, man.
Yeah,
but He said, "Hey, Bashar, I killed it last night. I have some footage from the gig. I'll post it Insta." Okay, Tommy Huxley's a really cool guy. He's got a YouTube channel. He's a guitarist, so if you check out his YouTube channel and you want to hear some great guitar work, just excellent riffs. Not saying he's Eddie Van Halen or anything like that, but he's a beast on the guitar. He's pretty damn good.
Tommy Hux. That's what's up.
Yeah, big Niner fan is always on the Grant Cohn chats and calls in on the Grant Cohn show a lot. Yeah. So yeah, I didn't want to bring up the Trey Lance thing because people get offended, and honestly, he's not playing the game. So I want to talk about the guys who are playing in the games,
Right.
And then when Trey steps on and starts playing, yes, I'll talk about him a whole lot more. And Don Suave, a buddy of mine, asked you this question early in the chat, and he's asking it again, and I missed it earlier, so I'm gonna ask you now. It says Trae Beauchamp, the champ. Who you got in the Super Bowl
this year? Oh man, wow. Just to keep. Oh, that's a good question, man.
This year is so hard to predict.
Yeah, it is because. But if I had to pick, just miss my gut, I would say Tampa Bay against Kansas City again. Just to be honest, bro, I don't. They look like to me the same ones. Just being real. I don't see nobody better than either one of them right now. I mean, because they're both coming to their own again. Kansas City's balling again all of a sudden, Tampa Bay is Tampa Bay. It's Brady boys, the Brady bunch, you know what I mean? So it's kind of difficult to discount that guy, as long as he's still playing. So, yeah, it have to be them two for me.
Yeah, I don't want to see that Super Bowl again.
I don't either,
but I think we're leaning towards that direction. I really think we're leaning towards that direction, and I don't want to see it.
I don't either.
Jade Henry, new person in the chat, Varktech. I don't know what that means. You might I don't know. That's a troll? Or they're trying to speak in code. I don't know. But we pretty much talked about the game a whole lot, and we talked about the Trae and Jimmy thing way more than I planned to. Trust me, I didn't have it in the works.
It happens, bro.
Yeah. He said, Kenny says, who's winning on Monday night? Who's playing on Monday night? We got to check this out.
Rams and Cardinals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. That's an important game. Oh yeah. By the way, good thing for us that the Washington football team lost today. Not sure who else helped us lose, but
I mean, what really helped us is the fact that we beat the Vikings and they lost again. So
so they lost again. There you go.
Yeah,
so the Washington football team loses.
And we're in sixth spot right now. So I mean, for us, to be honest, it would help for the Rams to lose, because if they lose, they're near 7-6 just like us, and we already beat them once. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we got that last game at the end of the season against them may have some real huge major.
Levi South.
I will be in attendance at that game too.
I will. I'm itching to go to that game if I can figure out a way to make it out there. Hey, I'd love to go.
Fun one, bro.
Man, I want to be there so bad.
The
dude I'm interviewing tomorrow, 49er dude's definitely going to be there. He's part of the LA chapter of the Niner Empire, and he's going to be performing there with Dave Cannell. The other rapper that I had.
Yeah, I'll be with Dave. Weeks ago. That's my homie,
man. Dave Cannell, awesome dude, man. If you guys don't know who he is, I'm sure you guys have heard his rap songs, but if you haven't, look him up.
Gotta check him out.
Excellent 49er rapper, excellent guy. I interviewed him on my channel. You can watch that interview.
Family, man. I love Dave.
Yeah. Dave's an awesome dude, man. So before we wrap things up, because we're at the 1 hour 13-minute mark, and we've done what we can in terms of reading comments and talking about the game and going back and forth about Trae and Jimmy. Everybody's favorite topic.
Yeah, for sure.
So do me a favor, man. I posted up your links in the video description, just to talk about just to drop off who you are on Instagram and your audio podcast and your YouTube channel, and just let everybody know what's going on and what you have in the works and what your channel's all about.
So my boy Tone and I, we have a podcast called Facts Over Feelinz. Pretty much a Niner dominated podcast, but we speak on everything else, just a variety show of hoop, football, baseball, hip hop, cultures, everything, man. But pretty much very Niner dominated, just to be honest. But we're on all your platforms. We just got a brand new YouTube page, Facts Over Feelinz on YouTube, Facts Over Feelinz on Facebook, Instagram, all of the platforms. We're on all of them, man. But we're very, very like I said, Niner dominated, man. So the majority of the stuff we talk about is heavy 49ers. Bash knows, that's how we know Bash. So But yeah, check us out, man. Me and my boy Antonio Ortega.
Also known as Little Curry or
Little Curry,
Little Steph.
The homie, man.
I'm sure. I'm a Warriors fan. I haven't said I've been biting my tongue, but I know he's getting on you about the Lakers and the whole Warriors.
Oh man, my Lakers are looking like garbage this year. You already know, man. It's rough, but it is what it is, man. It's part of being a fan. It's all good.
Yeah.
But now I ain't gonna lie, the Warriors are looking wonderful.
Yeah. They didn't look too high yesterday, though. They lost a game that they should have. Stupid game that they should have lost. But it's a long 82 game season. What can you do? Don Suave, buddy of mine, says Trae B was a good guest. Can come on again. Yeah, I had him on,
right on, bro.
During the preseason. He was probably my third guest. He was my third guest. With him and Antonio.
Yes, sir.
And the conversation was so good. I got a lot of great feedback, but a lot of people I interviewed early on, I didn't bring them back during the season. I wanted to bring them back during the season, but then again, I still wanted to bring on a new guest, and I was like, man, I did ask you to come on other times, but the timing was off. It was spur of the moment. You know, I'm very spur of the moment when I approach people, and it's not always the best approach, but sometimes I'm like, hey, I have an itch to do a show right now. I got the time for it. Let's do it. But, you know, now I had you on. It's been awesome. It's been hella fun. And we won a game. We should be happy. You know, so it's not everybody's, you know. I after the game, I had a headache, and for like an hour or so, I had a headache after the game. When I got on here, I started feeling much better. It's therapeutic. I've been in good spirits, and you know, let's carry this momentum.
We need this.
You know, we need the positive energy going forward. You know, for a playoff push.
Niners, baby, let's go, man.
Anything can happen. You know, we've seen it. Other teams do before. Who knows, man? Who knows what we can do?
The Giants made it to the Super Bowl 9-7 twice, man, and won.
Yeah.
And they beat the Brady Bunch. So anything's possible.
Okay. So I'm going to say it one more time. If you don't know who Trae Beauchamp is, he's from the Facts Over Feelings podcast. He said it earlier if you guys missed it. And I put all his video and podcast information and social media information in the video description. So definitely check him out. If you haven't already.
Appreciate you, Bash.
Yeah. Oh yeah, without a doubt. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. He's got a brand new YouTube channel. Hit up all his wherever you listen to your podcast, Spotify, Google, iTunes. Subscribe to it because you'll definitely love what you hear. It's entertaining. You got the hip hop, sports, all that stuff. All right. Sir. So with that said, it's been a great Sunday. We did our little victory lap.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully we carry the momentum going forward. And it's been great having you on 49er Minded, where we get into the minds of 49er fans. So keep repping those 49ers and stay 49er minded. Peace. Come on, 49er fans, let's get it.
Because it's 49er mind.
We gotta do this one time for the Empire.
It's 49er mind. It's 49er mind.
We gotta get that brick by brick real quick.
49er mind.
Yeah. Yo, we can't listen to them haters, man.
49er mind.
We from the Bay.
49er mind.
We them San Francisco 49ers.
49er mind.
We got that red and gold blood inside us.
49er mind.